Okay, so good evening. Now you're wondering why I'm wearing a nappy. Well, it's actually what I call a man nappy, or a set of braies, 12th or 13th century. And I've been working on these braies for, I don't know, a while now, a good 10 years or so. Basically, it's a big rectangular sheet. What I've been playing around with recently is that different ways potentially it could have been tied up. So previously, it was just a rectangular piece wrapped around and rolled. So you got this really big thick roll, which you see in the illuminations. But it is just painful. Trying to sleep in it, where you've got this large roll sticking into your side or on your back or whatever like that, not good. Going to the toilet, every time you go and you're pulling your pants down, you basically have to readjust, and you're not stripping down to here, noting that I'm very appropriate because I'm wearing my coif. So every time you're going to the toilet, you virtually need to rock everything up, retension everything, and then go about your business. Becomes very painful. So we also see illuminations of them having little belt loops all around here. So I say, well, belt loops must be a thing, therefore they must have had a belt. I'm aware that there was something like a garter belt that held up your hose. So this is a little bit of experimental archaeology. I don't think it's 100% yet, but I think it's taken me down the right path for this style of braies. Okay, so the first thing, it is the same braies that I used before, which I rolled, but since I'm not really rolling it heavily, I'm actually got excess and I've folded that into here. So it doesn't change. I've got hose, I've got these ties. Now, just warning you out, I am wearing underwear underneath this, so I'm not actually going to break any YouTube violations or restrictions or anything like that. So this comes down, and you can see you've got points and everything like that hanging down. You do see the strings coming along, tying up here, and so these trailing ends don't drag into the mud. So that's still working quite well. So I've got these two here, I've got this drawstring here. Now this goes through the belt loops, and it actually goes all the way around my waist, and it's holding this piece up, which wraps around. Now what I've done is the back part is wrapped around, but I've also laced that up with two laces as well. If I didn't lace this up, and I could just simply roll it, that means I've got a roll that I've then got to still retension from the very start, which is just a little bit painful, because if you don't, this bit comes out and you have bits hanging off and bits staying up. So I've used two drawstrings that wrap around here, and I'm just simply tightening up. Now, if you ask me how big is this, well, it is big enough to go around my waist. It is not so tight that it fits tightly up and giving me a wedgie. So again, I grab the ends, wrap around. If I wanted to, fit it through those loops, tie it off, put my hose back up. Now hopefully this is much better going to modern toilets, or if ladies who are doing the transvestite thing, because they'll go to the toilets sitting down far more often than I will, makes it still good. And then I just simply tuck in the excess into the hose, and voila. So anyway, this I think is workable. I'm going to test it out in the field one day. If you're not happy with the amount of sag in the butt, you can actually grab the back of it and sort of wedgie yourself up and give yourself a little bit of a tail. Now, Matthew of Paris has got an illumination of a man walking along, probably left to right, and you can see he's got that little tail. So I did that and then found it. I went, excellent, that's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. And yes, 12th, 13th century braies.